Hi guys, this is Vineet, and in today's video we will discuss about uh, taking full database backups in SQL Server. Before moving ahead, I would request you guys to please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. There is a subscribe button below this video. Click on that button, subscribe button, and after that you will get a bell icon. Click on that bell icon, select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. And there are some points to remember. Please watch this video till the end to gain better clarity of the concept, and if possible for you, please watch this video twice to gain better clarity. Perform any exercises in your lab environment or the test environment. Do not touch the production environments or test the concepts explained here with the production databases. Do not touch the production databases or the production environment, but instead perform the exercises in your test or lab environment. And we would like to know your comments regarding our video, so please share your comments. And in case you need the PDF copy of the notes accompanying this video, I've included a link in the description area and also included it below in the slide. So it's topnet.io / whatever link is there in the pink color. You may go to that link directly as well to buy PDF notes by paying a nominal fee. This link is also included in the description, so you can check that out. Apart from that, there are some playlists to watch. So I have a database design video playlist. Link is given here on this slide, but yeah, this link is difficult to type, so I've included this link in description as well. So I have two playlists. I have database design video playlist and I have business continuity video playlist. Each is having like on an average 30 videos. The business continuity has more than 40 videos. Database design have around like 30 videos. Also, there's a link to my channel page, which is the first option here. You can, if you want to subscribe to my channel, you can also go to my channel page, subscribe there as well, and watch see the latest video and the popular videos along with the various playlists available regarding SQL Server. All these links are included in the description area as well, so you can copy and paste them directly from there to your browser and go there to watch out the playlists and check my channel videos. Now, if you have any questions related to SQL Server, you can ask those questions by paying a nominal fee of INR 500. You can go to this link which is given in the pink color. This link is also included in the description. So you can buy this package out for INR 500, and you may ask any questions related to SQL Server. I will try to answer them as soon as possible. And also, if you need help in writing your resume, basically the profile section, specifically the profile section, so for that an hourly charge of INR 1000 is applicable, and you can avail that service by going to the link given below in the pink color, topnet.io link. And I'm also including this link in the description, so you can check out all my links. They're in the description. Now let's go back to the topic, which is full database backups in SQL Server. So let me go to my notes. So let's cover them out. So let's select the drawing tools, the pen pointer. So today we are covering the full database backups. This will contain theory as well as some demos. So we will cover full database backups. So what is a full database backup? Full database backup is basically a backup of a complete database. Backup of a complete database is a full backup. Now this backup also includes, what it also includes, part of transaction log. So it also includes some part of the transaction log as well, so that database can be recovered. So it contains some minimal transaction log information as well, so that if we use the full database backup, we should be able to restore and recover our database using that backup after a full database backup is restored. This is what we're discussing. So alright, I hope you get clarity of this paragraph. You may read it once as well if you like. So basically it states that full database backup is a backup of a complete database, and it also contains some information about the transaction log, so that database can be recovered when you restore that database backup. Now, why do we take differential backup? So apart from full backups, we also take differential backup. So why is that so? Why do we have to take differential backup? So here we are explaining that point here. Why do we need differential backup if we are taking full backups? So let's go through this point. So as a database increase in size over a period of time. So our database increases over a period of time, increase in size. Taking full database backups will require more space and also more time to finish. The main concern is time. So by the time, as soon as the time goes by, our database size increases. So taking full backup every time will require more time to finish, and it would require more storage space as well. So therefore, for a large database, so here we are talking about the large databases, we want to supplement a full database backup with a series of differential backups. So that's why we take the differential backup, because every time if we take full database backup, it requires more time to finish and it requires more storage space as well. So basically what do we do? For any large databases, what do? We take a full database backup and we supplement that backup with a series of differential database backups. And what are differential database backups? You can check out my other videos. I have several videos under the business continuity section, so you can the link is given in the description. You may check that out. Now let's talk about the database backup, taking database backup while using the simple recovery model. So let me show you where the recovery model is. So let me go to SQL Server. So here we have a series of some databases. So let's work with adventure work database. So if we right click on the database, go to properties and we go to options section, we see the recovery model of a database over here. So here we have a simple recovery model. Apart from that, there are full recovery model and a bulk log recovery model as well. So but this database is using simple recovery model as of now. Let's go back. So here we are taking database backups under the simple recovery model. Alright, here we are discussing the concept. Soon we will cover out the demo as well. So we have adventure database works in adventure works database in simple recovery model. So let's discuss some theory regarding database backups, taking database backups inside the simple recovery model. So there is a limitation. So there is basically a limitation with the simple recovery model or simple recovery mode. And what is this limitation? So under the simple recovery model, a database is exposed to potential work loss. How is that so? So if we keep the database recovery model to simple, which is mentioned over here under the option section, if we keep the recovery model like this, there are chances of some data loss. In a case disaster occurs, then there is a potential for work loss after each backup. So there is a potential of work loss after each backup is taken. This work loss exposure increases over time. So by the time passes by, this work loss exposure increases with each update until the next backup. So until we take next backup, so anything between the old backup and the new backup, anything in between those two backups, we will lose that work. Alright, so this is possible under the simple recovery mode, where there are chances of potential work loss. So here we have described a simple recovery model with the help of a picture. So this is a simple recovery model. So the first step is the database creation, and under this database we have primary file group, we have secondary file group, and we have a log file as well. And this is our timeline. So this is the point where database was created, which is mentioned by T0. Now At this particular point in time t1, we have taken database backup 1. Alright, and so basically between database creation and the database backup 1, there's a gap, this gap. So if anything, any disaster happens in between, we will lose this work, which is denoted by these red cones. So similarly, here we have database backup 1 and database backup 2, and there is a huge gap between that database backup 1 and database backup 2. So in case any disaster happens between this area, so there is a potential of work loss, which is defined by this cone, the bigger cone. Similarly, there is chances of disaster happening between these database backup 2 and database backup 3 as well. So there is a potential for this work loss denoted by cone, which will be taken during this timeline between this period. We will lose this work. If anything happens in between, any disaster happens in between, we will lose that work out. So the cone is basically indicating the work loss exposure, that is we were discussing. So any disaster happen in between will cause work loss during that particular period between two database backups. Alright, so I hope this concept is clear to you. Now I'm taking you through a demo. It discusses how you can take a full database backup with format option. So we will describe that option as well under the simple recovery model. So our AdventureWorks 2022 database is in a simple recovery model. We will show you how you can take full database backup using the AdventureWorks database. So let me take you through that quickly. Give me a second, guys. So I will use the transact SQL code. So you may write a new query over here. So we will take a backup of this AdventureWorks 2022 database. So in order to take a database backup, you need to use the backup database statement along with the name of the database. So here I'm using AdventureWorks 2022. And where do we want to take backup? We want to take it to disk, and we need to specify the location of the backup. So here I'm taking backup in the backup folder. So a backup folder is normally located inside program files, SQL Server instance, MS SQL folder, and there's a backup folder. We can take this location. So we want to take backup under this location, and we can specify the name of the file. So in this case, I'm mentioning the name of the file as AdventureWorks simple rm .bak. Sorry. So this is the file name which I have given, AdventureWorks simple rm, along with the location, and we are ending it up with the single quote. So we are taking backup of AdventureWorks database, which is a full database backup, to disk. Now we are using the with format option. So what is the use of with format option? So with format option is basically used to overwrite any existing backups and create a new media set. So if there are any backups with the same name, it will overwrite those backup files. So let's take a backup quickly. Execute the statement. Now the backup is taken. File will be there. So this is the backup file we have just taken. This contains the full database backup of AdventureWorks 2022 backup database. Sorry. So we have a backup of this database, AdventureWorks 2022, inside this file, AdventureWorks simple rm.bak. So far we have just shown you how you can take a full database backup with the with format option. Now let's go back to notes. This demo is covered. You may go through it once again. Watch this video again to see how we have written the code to take a full database backup. And we got the message that backup is processed with these many number of pages in this many seconds. Now let's discuss about the database recovery under the full recovery model. So our database is right now using the simple recovery model, but let's first discuss the nodes under the this topic, the full recovery model. So far we have discussed that simple recovery model, how to take backups under the simple recovery model. Now we are discussing how to take database backups under the full recovery model. We will discuss the notes and we will cover out the demo as well. So under the full or bulk log recovery model, so we have shown you there are two recovery models, other recovery models as well. If we let's close this out and then check. Don't want to save it, and go to properties of the AdventureWorks database, go to the options section, and the model right now is simple. Apart from that, full and bulk log recovery models are there. So let's discuss the full and bulk log recovery models. So under these models, in addition to database backup, transaction log backups are also required. So under simple recovery model, we just have to take the full database backup. But if we are using the full recovery model, a transaction log backup is also required. Now let's go through this picture. Let's discuss this picture. These cones are indicating the work log exposure, and we have this database created, so which is indicated by the database creation step, and this is our database. Under this database we have primary file group, the secondary file group, and the log file as well. For previous database as well, we have a log file, but we usually don't take a log backup under the simple recovery model, and I think it's not permissible as well to take a log backup under the simple recovery model. But yeah, under the full recovery model or bulk log recovery model, we can take log backups, the transaction log backups as well. So this is the database creation step, and it contains two file groups, primary and secondary, and a log file as well. So at this point, the t1 time, we have created the database backup 1. So between these two times, we do not have any log backup so far. So if a disaster occurs between that, there is a chance of some work loss exposure, which is mentioned by this code, but there is a very minimal work loss exposure at this point. But if we take a time gap between the database backup 1 and backup 2, which is denoted by time t1 and t5, between these points, now what we are doing is we are taking transaction log backups, which are these. So in between these points, we have taken 3 transaction log backups, which is covering this span, this gap. So if any disaster happens between this time t1 and t5, that work loss can be recovered using these transaction log files t2, t3, and t4. We have taken the log backups here. So we have not taken any log backup between t0 and t1, but we do have taken log backups between the t2 and this t1 and t5. These log backups are t2, t3, and t4. Similarly, we have taken some log backups between these times t5 and t9, which is denoted by t6, t7, and t8. And apart from that, we have taken t10 as well after t9. So if any disaster happens between these areas, we have these transaction logs to recover that data loss. I hope you got the point. Now let me take you through another demo to create a full database backup with format option under the full recovery model. So let's set our database to a full recovery model from simple recovery model. So let me show you how to do that again. So go to SQL Server, right click on the database, go to properties. So guys, let's make sure our database is set to the full recovery model. It is not yet. So let's go to properties again and set the recovery model to full recovery model. Go to options, set the full recovery model, and click on OK. So the recovery model for this database is now set to full recovery model. We can check it here. It's set to full recovery model. Now we will show you how you can take database backups under the full recovery model. So let me show you how to do that. So let me set the recovery back to the simple recovery model. We will show you how you can set the recovery model using the transact SQL code. So I'm setting it back to simple as it was earlier. So database recovery option is now set to simple. So you can set the recovery model from here as well as from the transact SQL statement. Now we will show you how you can do that via the transact SQL statement. So in order to do that, let's use the master database. Now we are in the use master database statement to use the master database. Now our context is set to master database here. Now what we can do is we can write the alter database statement to alter the recovery model. So we are altering the database adventure works 2022, and after that we are setting the recovery model to full from simple. So let's execute this statement and see what happens. So our database recovery model is now set to full. We can check that out by going to the properties and see it should be showing the full recovery model now. So you have a full recovery model. So we have just shown you how you can set the recovery model to full using the transact SQL statements. So what now we'll do? We will back up the database adventure works 2022 to a new media set backup set 1. So let's take a backup. We are taking the backup to disk. Need to specify the location within this quotes. So let's take this location and put the name of the file after backup after using slash. So we are taking the name as adventureworks 2022 full rm.bak is the file name for this backup file, and after that we are using the with format option to overwrite any existing backup sets. So let's take this backup quickly. So let's take this backup. So we have taken the full database backup, and this is under the full recovery model. So we have taken the backup of database. Now what we have to do under full recovery model, we also need to take the backup of the log files as well. So that can be done using the backup log statement, and you need to specify the name of the database, which is adventureworks 2022, and we are again taking it to disk, and we can specify the same backup set. So the same file can be used to hold the database backup as well as the log backup, so we can use the same file. So this file will hold the database backup as well as the log backup. We are using the same file, and again we are using with format option is not required here. So let's execute this statement. Now the log backup is also taken under the same file. So this file has two backups. One is the full database backup of this database and also the log backup of this database. So if we talk about real time, here we have taken a single database backup and a single log backup. But if you are in a real life situation, you will have to perform a series of regular log backups at some intervals decided by you. So for this example, we are just taking the single database backup and a single log backup, but yeah, in real time you need multiple log backups as well. So right, we have taken the backups. This is the file holding 2 backups, including the transaction log backup as well. And let's go ahead to the notes. So we have covered this demo. I hope you get the idea of this demo, how you can take full database backup with no format option under the full recovery model. We have shown you how you can change the recovery model of database using the transact SQL statement as well as the SQL Server Management Studio GUI mode. Now you can use the full database backup to restore the database as well. So what are these use of backups? So we have taken a full backup under the simple recovery model. We have taken a full backup under the full recovery model. So basically these backups are used to restore the database in case of any disaster. So we can recreate a whole database. Give me a second guys, let me properly color it out. This is a heading actually. Now yeah, let me move up the pen. Okay, so this is a topic, how you can use the full database backup to restore the database, but we are not covering demos on restore over here. You can watch out my other videos regarding how you can restore the database backup. We have for this video we are just showing you 2 demos taking the full database backup under the simple and recovery model, and also the transaction log backup and how to change the recovery model. So far we have shown you practically this regarding this video. If you want practicals on restore, you can watch out my other videos. There's a link in the description for my business continuity playlist. It will hold many videos regarding restores, so you can check them out. Now let's go through these notes. You can recreate a whole database in one step by restoring the database from a full database backup to any location. Now this database backup files can be used to restore database backup to any location, and enough of the transaction log information is included in the backup to let you recover the database to the time when the backup is finished. So under the full database backup, we have enough information or enough transaction log information is included inside the full database backup to let you recover the database to the time when the backup was finished. The restored database matches the state of the original. Yeah, the restored database matches the state of the original unless there are some transactions or updates taken place on the database after the backup. So far that updates has not happened. The state of the restored database and the original database matches. When the database backup is finished, minus any uncommitted transactions. So these transactions are in the transaction log backup. So transaction logs only contain the transactions backup. So here we are talking about a point. What is the difference? So basically the restored database, if we use these database backup files to restore the database, this restored database matches the state of the original database when the backup was taken or the backup was finished. That excludes any uncommitted transaction, which are basically the updates to the database. And under the full recovery model, you should then restore all the subsequent transaction log backups. So basically there's a sequence to restore. So first of all we restore any full transaction log backups, then we restore any differential backups, and after that we restore any transaction log files we have. So transaction logs are restored after we restore the full database backup. You can watch out my other videos. These concepts are explained very clearly in those videos. You can watch out those videos regarding restores. So basically the point here is transaction log backups are restored after the full database backup. And when the database is recovered, uncommitted transactions are rolled back. So after restoring the transaction log backups, if there are still any uncommitted transactions present, those will get rolled back. So those uncommitted transaction information is also present inside the transaction log file. So if they are uncommitted, then yeah, those transactions are rolled back. So any committed changes are applied to the database, but any uncommitted transactions are rolled back at that time. So guys, we are done with this video. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please click on the like button. Here we have covered the full database backup concepts. What is a full database backup we have discussed, and why do we take differential backups, what's their use, and we have shown you how to take database backups in a simple recovery model. We have discussed theory regarding that as well. We have shown you concept of a picture, how much is the work loss exposure under the simple recovery model, and then we have discussed on the work loss exposure under the full recovery model. So we have talked about transaction log backups as well here, and the database backups as well. We have covered two demos, one under the simple recovery model, how to take full database backup under the simple recovery model, and how to take full database backup under the full recovery model. We have shown you both the demos, and we have talked about the concept of restoring a full database backup to restore the database, and we have discussed on how much work is lost under the simple recovery model and the full recovery model. And we have little bit discussed about the sequence of restore. First we restore the full database backups, then any differentials, and then any transaction log backups. And we have also talked about if there are any uncommitted transaction after restoring the transaction logs, those uncommitted transactions are rolled back, are not applied to the database. So guys, we're done with this video. Please comment, post your comments regarding our videos, and please subscribe to my channel. There's a subscribe button below. Click on the subscribe button. After that you will get a bell icon. Click on that bell icon, select all notifications regarding all my future videos if you want notifications regarding all my future videos. And you can watch out my playlist, links are given in the description. And also please guys, I would request that you should share this video with your friends if they are in need of good SQL knowledge. They can also subscribe to my channel. You can share the link of the videos to them, and please ask them to subscribe. At this point I'm looking out for subscribers, and also have a mission to provide quality SQL education to people. So help me in achieving my mission and achieving my vision. So yeah, please subscribe to my channel, watch out my playlists, and I thank you so much for your time on this video today, and you have a wonderful day ahead.